now proudly presented on SNME. That's Sunday night's main event.
Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side. Want some teammates at the shore fine. Winter ready on the foe ties.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your host, your boy George Mackay, back here again in Straight Talk Wrestling. And I got a first for myself, anyways. She's been a guest on 5 Questions.
Hold on.
Now she's sitting down with me, the one, the only, Izzy Moreno.
Hi. Oh my goodness, I was so nervous about the lag. Ooh, we're good though. Thanks for having me. I'm really excited. We're doing it finally. Let's get into it. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. It's an honor to have you. So, first question. I know you trained at Hybrid School of Wrestling, and your debut match was against Jazmin Allure at Mission Pro, and she attacked you a few weeks before your event, and then you guys got together in the ring. It was a great match. You didn't get the win, but it was a great match. But I want to talk about when you entered through the curtain for the first time. Emotions got the best of you. You were excited, but I saw some tears. What was that moment of going through the curtain like for you?
Oh, it was honestly like the greatest feeling ever. I don't think like I could ever put that feeling into words because it was just so special. Like to my right, I had all my Hybrid School of Wrestling friends and family. So like they literally are like my second family. So like I could see some of them crying, like, y'all need to stop. I was like, and it's funny because like they've been with me forever, and like they have seen like my best days, they've seen my worst days at training, like they've seen everything, and they've seen me kind of figure out who Izzy Moreno is at training. So I think like for them to see it like in person was really awesome. They knew how much it meant to me. So they were up to my right. Then you get the fans in general, which is really crazy. And then like I had some like my closer friends there, which I was looking at them and I was like, and then all the way to my left, like all the way in the back were my parents. And they were just so happy. And my dad, it's funny because my dad said to me before the match, he was like, don't look at me and your mom. And I was like, why? He was like, just don't. And I was like, okay. So I made them get my parents when I was making my entrance, and you literally see me when I get on one of the ropes. I'm like, I'm emotional, but then I get even more emotional. The night, it's so much fun.
Absolutely, it was. And I saw the emotion, and I was like, it reminded me of when you got emotional when Bayley, suffered that loss, and Sasha Banks ripped off the headband and all that shenanigans, and you got emotional, and she consoled you. And after that, you consoled your own super fan. Like, you have your own super fan. You have your BFFs, but then you have your BFF. How cool is that you, a super fan once, now has your own super fan that you are showing this world of wrestling to, and you're a hero. Like, that's crazy, right?
It is. It's very full circle. And like, I think I saw somebody put a picture. It was me and the little girl, Aiden, that's her name. And then a picture of me and Bayley. And I was like, oh my God, it's so crazy. It's so full circle. And it really is like, I always knew that I wanted my demographic to be kids because I just like, for the longest time, I was always like, oh, I love this feeling of how the wrestlers in the ring are making me feel. And I want to do the same way, not only for just people in general, but specifically for the kids. Because it's such an awesome, being a kid and being a pro wrestling fan is like the best thing ever. Because you, and so I think for me, like having that connection with the kids at shows is so important and special to me. So, having Aiden at Mission Pro is really awesome. So yeah, like honestly, like having her there was really awesome. And just like when she cried, I was really sad. And it was so funny because I was like, this is literally 8 years ago. What is happening? Like it was just the roles were so reversed. And it was really just like it told me, I was like, man, like we did it. Like I know there's so much more for me to do, but I was like, we worked so hard for this moment, and this is it. So yeah, it was really awesome just to share that moment with her. And then, like as I take more bookings, there's other little kids there. So it's truly such an amazing, amazing feeling.
Absolutely. Now, I think, I love thinking into the future. I love looking ahead at things and seeing where we'll be. And all I'm seeing right now is WrestleMania 50. night one, main event, and it is Izzy staring across the ring at Bayley.
Ooh.
I'm getting chills. Are you getting chills? Like I'm picturing.
I've always had chills thinking about it. So yes.
And there it is. It's the girl that was a fan of this girl coming together to tear the house down. That is a true full circle moment. And how cool would that be if that ever, I mean, we're talking 50 is a few years away, but it's not too far. Like it's not too far at all.
Mhm. No, it really isn't. I think it's so funny because I have realized how quickly time is going, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna be 17. You know, I feel like this year is literally over. I'm already looking at next year and then the summer after. Because I'm just gonna say 2025 is like it's gonna be a year. Like we're already past 2024. 2025 is gonna be an awesome year. That's all I can say. Um, but I like honestly, like it's just so crazy how time is going. Like I'm already in 2024, I'm mapping out the plans for 2025. So yeah, like just to think that WrestleMania 50 is not too far away is really crazy, and it would be awesome to share that moment with Bayley. I know everybody wants it, and honestly, me too. So hopefully, she's still in the WWE. I have no doubt that she will be, but that would be such a cool moment.
Absolutely. Now she posted on her socials right before you had your debut match, like go out there, enjoy it. But if you lose, all this has Bayley disowned you from losing that first match?
No, not publicly, nor has she messaged me. So we're in the clear.
Okay.
We're in the clear. But I think when that match does happen, I think she will disown me. But I won't let it happen.
No, you won't let it happen. Absolutely not. You can't. You can't let it happen. There will be vindication. There absolutely will. Now you're taking more bookings. You're getting out there. You've had 7 matches under your belt, and the number will keep rising. Do we have plans in this 2024 and 2025? Are you coming to the North? Will Izzy be making?
I'm hoping because honestly, like it's just like a lot of like my bookings are scheduled for 2024, and like I still have a lot coming in. I know I'm gonna be in New York next week, or it's November 11th. Yeah, I'm gonna be in New York next week, November 11th, for the big event. And then the following week I'm back in Texas. I find myself a lot in Texas, which I'm fine with. And then I'm gonna be at WrestleCade, which is in North Carolina. And I know, or I'm in the talks of somewhere in Ohio for 2024. So honestly, like I don't know yet, but trust me, like I'm trying to make it all over. Like it's honestly like so much fun to be taking bookings right now. Like I know a lot of people are always like, "Oh, it's the travel, and you're not going to be prepared for the travel." And in a way, they're right, but it's honestly so much fun because like I don't know, like I just like find like myself like just like kind of counting my days towards my booking. So like literally, I had Mission Pro Wrestling 2 weeks ago. I flew back home. Then I flew back to Texas for the hybrid and United shows. And like that weekend, this past weekend was so much fun. It was just like 2 fun shows. And then I go to New York next week, and my uncle, like my family's there. And also just it's New York, y'all. Hello. So yeah, it's gonna be like it's just like a lot of fun, truly. Like I love traveling.
I absolutely see that. And every time we talk about wrestling, I see the love that you have for it. And it's that same love that I have, that my daughter has. And we cheer for you. Like we watched the match literally last night preparing for the interview. And I got emotional at one point because I was like, man, Jazmin with these cheap shots, man. Like if you're gonna win cleanly. But don't be a cheap shotter. And she was being a cheap shotter. Jazmin, if you're watching this, Izzy's gonna get her vengeance. I assure you of that.
Oh, I am.
I assure you of that. And you know what you should do when you win the match? You should give her the friendship bracelet, but then snap it and be like, "You're not worth it. You're not worth it."
Oh no. I don't know if I should do that because like listen, I think I give people second chances, and I wouldn't mind if she accepts the friendship bracelet. I feel like if I try to give it to her again, I feel like she'd accept it. So yeah, we're not gonna snap it in front of her face.
Okay, fine. But I could snap it in my mind. In my mind, you snapped it and you have a big smile.
You could.
Just broke right in half. Absolutely did. All right, 2 more questions. I'm gonna let you go get ready for training. I know you got to go. Now, behind you, we talked earlier. You got Street Fighter, and that's one of my all-time favorite games. Now, if you're a Street Fighter character, or even if you're a Mortal Kombat character, which one do you think represents Izzy the best in either game?
Oh God, because I don't really play that much of Mortal Kombat. I'm gonna be honest.
Mhm.
I think I think it would be it's too classic if I go with Chun-Li, but yeah, like honestly, Chun-Li.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
I
see
think
that.
'cause she's very badass. Yeah, like I find myself being the same.
Yeah, no, she is definitely very badass. I would give you that. I would give you that. I would even give you there was a time in Mortal Kombat, I know you don't play it, where a lot of the characters kind of had like off-centered siblings. So I could see you as like a Scorpion's sister, even Sub-Zero's sister.
Oh, I will have to check that out because I
Yeah.
want to know if I'm like them.
Yeah, they were pretty badass in their own right. They were pretty badass in their own right. And then of course there's Katana. Katana was pretty awesome.
True. Oh, hmm. Now I got to rethink about this.
Now we
I
got
will have to look at all. I got to look at all this later and be like,
and then you messaged me on X. Sorry, I was about to call it Twitter. Oh, you messaged me on X and you let me know.
I will. I will. No, I call it Twitter all the time. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't. Whenever people ask me, they go, "What are you on?" I go, "I'm on Twitter." Don't you mean X? No, it's Twitter. I don't care. It's Twitter. It's still a bird. It's still a bird, and you still.
Yeah,
That's what you do. That's what Twitter's about. And what do you can't
exactly.
what do you call X now? Like you're Xing? I'm gonna send you an X. Like I don't get it.
I I've never really understood it. I'm just there to post and like promote matches and make BFFs.
That's it, absolutely. And you definitely are BFF. And I see the love and the appreciation and the time that you've given our little podcast means the world to us beyond compare because you are an inspiration to a lot of people. And I know you're going to keep that fire that you have because, like you said, you're only 16 and it's getting so much better. And as I look at you being 16, I remember 8 years ago when I was 32 and I was bright-eyed and bushy-tail. But now as I hit my 40th birthday, I look at life. Life is moving incredibly fast. So while you're 16, enjoy the ride and enjoy the travel.
Oh,
And
I will.
who do you travel with? You travel with mom? Travel with dad? You travel with both?
So they kind of switch off. So sometimes so they kind of go back and forth, honestly. So for Mission Pro, it was my dad. This past weekend, it was my mom. And then next week, it's gonna be my mom again, since her brother lives in New York. So she's like, "Oh, I have to go see him." But the following week at the hybrid show, it's gonna be my dad. So it's honestly like it's awesome because like my dad is really close friends with my coach in San Antonio. So like it's awesome to hang out with them. They're like my two dads. And then like my mom, like we just like it's like girls trip. It's like so much fun. Like we have the best time, like driving around San Antonio, listening to Taylor Swift. So yeah, they do switch off, and like I love traveling with both of them. It's always a blast.
Absolutely. And, you mentioned Taylor Swift, and I'm going to make a confession on my show to you, Izzy. I'm going to make a confession. I
Uh-oh.
I'm a closet Swiftie.
That's okay.
I am.
That is okay.
That song, "Cruel Summer,"
But
it
you shouldn't be
bangs,
ashamed
man.
about being a Swiftie.
No, it bangs. I love
It does. The
It bangs.
cruel summer.
Cruel Summer
I
bangs,
have
man.
the cruelest of summers, as Taylor would say. Yeah, the bridge is the best part.
You're absolutely right. She's coming to Toronto for 6 shows. She's locking down the city for 6 shows next year. It's going to be crazy.
Oh, you guys better go. You need to go.
We're trying to go, but tickets are woohoo. They're expensive.
They are. Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
Okay, all-time favorite Taylor Swift song. What's your all-time favorite?
All-time favorite. Okay, I know all are gonna come at me for this one, and I'm not ashamed because this song has gotten me through some stuff. But my favorite song is "Look What You Made Me Do." That is my all-time favorite song. I think for me, the whole Reputation album is my favorite album. I think it's so beautiful because not only was she reclaiming her reputation, but also she was like so deeply in love with the muse or whoever she was dating at the time, in that case Joe Alwyn. So I think the beauty of her like defending herself and also like defending her mans, I think that's so awesome about the album. But also I think with What You Made Me Do is just so reminiscent with my life, because like I don't just the lyrics are like very parallel to my life. So honestly, like Look What You Made Me Do is my favorite Taylor Swift song of all time. And it was honestly like kind of the one song that I was like, oh, I really like her. And the music video was like a cultural reset for me. Like, it's my favorite song.
Taylor Swift has gotten you through some stuff, and she's even gotten me through some stuff. Go Taylor Swift.
Yep.
Go Taylor. The only thing I will say is I'm not happy that she's kind of aligned herself with the Chiefs. I understand the reasons why, but I am a New York Giants fan. I cannot.
Oh, I'm a Commanders fan, and I don't mind her dating Travis Kelce because he's also very good looking. But yeah, anyways, I don't blame her. Honestly, she really said, "Don't blame me."
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. No, we shouldn't blame her. I mean, I get it. He's easy on the eyes. That's fine. That's fine.
He is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I love it. He is. He totally is.
I love Travis Kelsey like every other girl, every other Swiftie.
Yeah, for sure. He's definitely won the hearts of all the Swifties out there, hasn't he?
Oh, he's won me. He won me before Taylor Swift was around him.
Okay, fair enough. Hey, you're honest. You're honest, and I love it. I absolutely love it. And my final question before we say goodbye: when
Yes.
everything is as moving as fast as it is, and you are trying to just get to your bookings, prepare your gear, work on your in-ring craft, do you still have time to enjoy the little things as you experience them in this journey?
Yeah, for sure. I think for me it's kind of finding balance, but also like funny thing, like, I this is my last year in high school, but I also like really don't have the desire to do like the senior high school activities. And I know that's gonna sound like really bad, but honestly, like homecoming week, like I did the dress up days, but I wasn't like as hyped as I was the previous year. And homecoming, like I had a blast. Like me, me and my friends, we danced all night. And then like even like Halloween this year, like I was like, yeah, I'm excited, but I just like I haven't had time to like get in the Halloween spirit. And I remember last year, like I really like didn't have much going on because I was just waiting for my debut. So like, this year, like though I was traveling Hollow weekend, so like I didn't get to like go out and party, which I'm like, that's honest also not me. And it was funny because at the show on Saturday was at a bar, so it was like Hollow weekend at its finest. So like literally like I'm in like, my gear and then there's like all these like really cute girls and like their costumes and I'm like, yeah, this sums up my life right now. And I'm fine with it. Like I truly love where I'm at in life. And I know like I wanna keep on progressing, but like I just love like traveling and taking the bookings. Like it's honestly perfect for me. So yeah, like I do find time for like being a kid, but also like it's stuff that I don't really see as important. I try not to make interesting important, which is something very like important. It's just something like that I really try to like instill in my life. So yeah, but I trust me, like I do find time to be a kid. Like, me and my friend, we went to the Taylor Swift Eras film one weekend and we screamed our little hearts out. Like I still find time to build a Lego set or listen to my vinyl. So yeah, trust me, I'm still a kid, but when it's time to go to work, it's time to go to work.
Time to go to work. It's like Sylvester Stallone and Over the Top. The hat goes on backwards.
Yes.
Okay, and that's when I know that you got a good dad in you because you know that movie, and I'm okay with that. You know that movie, so we're
Yep.
good.
Oh yeah. Those were all lines that honestly, the way I answered that question, that was all stuff my dad has said or would say.
I love it. Hey, girl dads unite and girl dads rock, and we're proud to be girl
Oh
dads.
yes.
And we know we're raising strong, powerful, wonderful women. So that's what
Yes.
we love the journey that is being a girl dad. And Izzy, that's it. We're in the can. Thank you so much for the time. It was short and sweet. Maybe down the line we'll do another one a little bit
Thank
more
you.
invasive. But
Yes.
I appreciate you. And before you go, I know you've done it before, but give me that Izzy energy and let the people know, guys, I just had a kick-ass conversation with Straight Talk. And if you haven't subscribed, what are you thinking?
Okay, I got you. Here, I'll give you a countdown. Can you give me a countdown?
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, it's Izzy Moreno here. I just had the most awesome interview with Straight Talk podcast, and you guys better subscribe right now, unless we won't be BFFs. But I'm kind of lying there because we're already BFFs. We better subscribe.
That's fair. No, that's true. And it was amazing. Thank you so much, my dear. Guys,
Thanks
that's
for
it.
having me.
Absolutely. Guys, that's it for this one. Peace, love, and wrestling. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and turn on that notification bell so you get notified each time we post a video. Alternatively, you can check us out on all podcast platforms and hosted on Podbean. We are also available on the SNME network. That's the Sunday Nights Main Event Patreon. Please feel free to check us out there as well. And don't forget to follow us on all social media platforms at _Straight Talk on Twitter, at Straight Talk Wrestling on Instagram, Straight Talk Wrestling on Facebook, Straight Talk Wrestling on TikTok, and of course, you can check out all our merch at ProWrestlingTees.com.
I don't need a nigga.